What if the biggest mistake of your life wasn't failing? What if it was quitting? One step before your breakthrough. Tonight I want to tell you a story about a man who almost walked away from his miracle because he believed the lie that many of us still believe. The lie that says, if it hasn't worked yet, it never will. There was once a young man named Daniel. Daniel wasn't lazy. He wasn't foolish. He wasn't entitled. He was just tired. For 3 years, Daniel tried to build his small printing business. He borrowed money from relatives. He worked late nights. He skipped weddings, birthdays, even his own mother's hospital appointments just to deliver jobs on time. But no matter how hard he worked, something always went wrong. Machines would break down. Customers would delay payments. Bigger companies would undercut his prices. And every night, Daniel would sit alone in his shop, staring at the flickering fluorescent light above him, whispering to himself, maybe I'm just not meant for this. Have you ever whispered that to yourself? One evening, after losing his biggest client to a competitor, Daniel finally snapped. He locked the shop early. He went home, and he pulled out the old metal box where he kept his documents. He began gathering everything he needed to sell the business. This is it, he said quietly. I'm done embarrassing myself. The next morning, he met an older man named Mr. Hassan, a retired businessman who had once mentored him. Daniel didn't go there for advice. He went there for validation. He wanted someone to agree that quitting was the smart choice. Mr. Hassan listened quietly as Daniel poured out his frustrations. I've tried everything, Daniel said. I work harder than everyone I know, but nothing works. Maybe some people are just not destined for success. The old man looked at him carefully and asked one simple question. How close were you? Daniel frowned. Close to what? To the moment things change. Daniel scoffed. If it was close, I would have seen it. Mr. Hassan shook his head. That's the problem. Breakthrough doesn't send a text before arriving. Silence filled the room. Then the old man continued. Do you know how many people quit 3 feet from gold? Daniel didn't answer. Success often hides behind the last door you're too tired to knock on. Pause for a moment. How many doors have you stopped knocking on? How many dreams have you buried? Not because they were impossible, but because you were exhausted. Mr. Hassan walked Daniel outside to his backyard. In the corner stood a small mango tree. When I planted this tree, he said, for 2 years, nothing happened. No fruit, no sign of growth above the soil. Why didn't you cut it down? Daniel asked. The old man smiled. Because growth was happening where I couldn't see it. He looked Daniel straight in the eyes. Roots grow downward before fruits grow upward. That sentence hit Daniel harder than any failure he had faced. Maybe his effort wasn't wasted. Maybe it was rooting him. That night, Daniel didn't sell his business. Instead, he made one decision. Just one more month. One more month of trying. One more month of showing up. One more month of knocking. He didn't magically feel confident. He didn't suddenly become fearless. He simply refused to quit. And sometimes, that is enough. 2 weeks later, something unexpected happened. A large corporate office nearby had an urgent printing contract. Their usual supplier had failed them. Someone mentioned Daniel's name. They called him. It was the biggest order he had ever received. Daniel almost didn't answer the phone that day. He was in the middle of cleaning his machines, preparing to close permanently. If he had quit 1 week earlier, he would have missed it. If he had sold his equipment, he would have missed it. If he had allowed discouragement to make the final decision, he would have missed it. How many opportunities have we missed because we decided the story was over before it actually was? That contract didn't make Daniel a millionaire overnight, but it changed something more important. It changed his belief. It proved that delay is not denial. It proved that effort compounds quietly. It proved that sometimes your only job is to survive long enough to see the harvest. Years later, Daniel would tell young entrepreneurs, the miracle wasn't the contract. The miracle was that I didn't quit the week before it came. Here is the moral lesson. Most people don't fail because they are incapable. They fail because they stop too soon. Success is often disguised as struggle. Breakthrough is often wrapped in frustration. Growth is often invisible before it becomes undeniable. You are not behind. You are not cursed. You are not forgotten. You might simply be in the rooting season of your life, and roots are never glamorous, but they are necessary. So before you give up, before you sell the dream, before you tell yourself, maybe this isn't for me, ask yourself one question. What if I am only 3 feet from gold? Stay one more day. Try one more time. Knock on one more door. Because the greatest tragedy is not failing. The greatest tragedy is quitting when the answer was already on its way. And remember, roots grow downward before fruits grow upward. Hold on, your harvest may be closer than you think.